Okay, um, let's talk about that. I am a noob photographer, or I am a bloody beginner. Well, okay, I suppose I am not that much of a beginner anymore, or at least not a bloody one. The most pictures that you saw right before that were basically just my macro photography, which I picked up in this year actually of 2020 during the pandemic global crisis. You gotta have something to do, right? So basically, what I want to talk to you is basically my story. So I have been interested in photography for a longer period of time. And before I continue, I think it's a better idea to actually go outside, do a little autumn macro photography, I guess, and talk a little bit about my story. Let's go. So obviously, so obviously, I'm not that of a greenhorn in regards to photography, um, but I do not really feel advanced, at least. Um, for me, it is. It has been a journey of, I'd say, around 2 years of actively photographing till today. And now, since that I've finished, or actually I am finishing my studies, I want to explore or use the free time that I do get to explore photography a little bit more. Um, and to start that, I think I'm gonna take you on a journey with me. So we're going to explore basically every photography genre that I can find that is out there, and that is at least to a degree viable for me. So I guess to start off, I'll give you just a quick recap of my history. Um, so I started back in 2018, 19, back in 2019, roughly in January, I believe, with photography. Um, and back then, my primary focus was on landscape photography. So basically, um, I've seen, or my origin in regards to seeing all these lovely pictures, the outdoors scene, right? So I come basically from the outdoors. um, I'm a huge fan of hiking and trekking and whatever you want to call it, long distance walking, whatever. I really enjoy that, and I read a lot of stories or travel blogs and things like that. And I really dig these pictures. Now, what I wanted to do is I want to take the exact same pictures. Well, obviously not that photo in particular, but the exact same style. So I started researching, getting a little bit into photography, and then I got my first camera. And This is the camera I am using still today. This one, just a Nikon 5600, D5600. Yeah, and I'm still using that one. So landscape photography is, I believe, one of the more popular genres in photography, I believe, or this is at least my feeling. But the problem is something that you can actually see behind me, right? So the entire region that I live in here in Germany is basically used for forestry, right? Every woodland here, except just a few single spots, which I could not reach back in 2019, were used in forestry. The forests do not look somewhat natural. I mean, you can see here, I'm at an intersection here. It's just 4 straight paths going through the woods. I mean, you cannot tell me that that is interesting in any way. It is absolutely not. So, landscape photography basically was for me done. So I just tinkered a little bit with the camera, trying out different things, long exposure, night photography, things like that, things that are basically where I can step out my flat and point the camera at something and press the shutter button. Turns out I learned a lot about this technical stuff, so how to adjust exposure, or how this entire exposure triangle works. These were the things that I figured out in 2019. Now 2020 arrived, a lot of personal things changed, and I started to realize more and more, if I want to continue in photography, I believe I need to pick up a genre to keep me interested. And I was really intrigued with all these pictures of insects, and the eyes, especially the eyes of insects that I've seen on the internet. So I picked up macrophotography, and I picked up a beautiful lens. This is this one here. This is the AFS Micro Nikkor 105 millimeters. It's a lovely lens. And that thing is heavy as hell. Anyway, I started digging into macrophotography, and then the pandemic came, and we were in a lockdown, and I was living almost in the woods, which was in this scenario actually my advantage. So I started experimenting with macrophotography, finding insects in the woods, and photographing them. Now, in parallel, I was working since I need to earn some money, and in parallel, I was writing my thesis, which is almost done by now. So, as I said earlier, we want to explore all the different genres of photography that come to my mind just for fun, right? And today we are going to start with a little bit of macro woodland, whatever photography. Tell me in the comments if you have a proper name for that. So I am here. I was just wandering around the forest. I don't really know where I want to go, but I'm here at this little pond. I wonder if we can find something here. Alright, so this is the pond, and it's actually crisp. Well, it's at least a smooth surface, so there are reflections, which is good, I believe. But currently I have no idea what to photograph. So let's figure out some compositions, I guess. That was probably nothing. I might, or I would need to get back here during summer, maybe spring, but maybe even if the sun is out. So that was kind of pointless there. Anyway, I hope that at least one of the photos is looking at least like something. But right now you're gonna see it. Alright, so I have been at this pond, which is right over there, and I just walked like 10 meters or something, and I found this, and that looks at least somewhat gorgeous. But with the 105 millimeters it is way too tight, so we're going to swap the lens to the kit lens, which is at the widest an 18 millimeter, I believe. So that might work somehow out. Let's see. So I watched a video of Nigel Dunstan this morning, and he was talking about how to find composition in woodlands, and I believe I have found something that is quite interesting, but I don't know if that will work, so let's find out. So for obvious reasons, insect photography isn't anymore. At least not outside. But I found this, which looks like a somewhat cool woodland composition. But right on my way back, down there is a macro composition. And that is very interesting because 3 colors, and I emphasize I did not arrange that. Were lying there, and I'll just show you real quick. That's how it looks. So the yellow leaf right there, yep, focus, the red leaf and the green fern, they all were there, and I almost missed it, but thank God I found it. So let's photograph it. So as you could see, here was, I don't know what it was, but in fact I found a spider. I just wanted to tell you, somewhere around here there was some like a fly or something like that. But right now I also found a spider. So let's see if we can actually capture that one, because that looks interesting and it's green. There it sits. However, it is slowly turning away from me, and these green spiders, I do not know what kind they are, but they always they're not like fast moving insects, like if they feel in danger they run away. They're more like they're like maybe maybe they're like I should be in camouflage if I move slowly. Maybe the predator doesn't see me. And since it actually is moving, I think we should respect that and move on. I'm going to pack away my flesh, and then we'll see how things goes. So with the insects, I was a little bit wrong. Apparently spiders and some flies are still out here, and they do cooperate to a degree. But for now, there is only one shotgun list remaining, which I haven't found a particular composition yet, which are mushrooms. There are obviously parts in the woods where they grow like hell, but the part where I am, there's literally nothing around. So we gotta move forward. It is getting darker early, and now it's almost 4:30, which means it should be only an hour to darkness, not to dawn, darkness. So I guess we are turning back home, and that is it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please leave me a like, subscribe, you know the drill. Also, if you have something or some suggestions, maybe a genre I should try, maybe maybe you have a location that you can recommend here in Germany, preferably in Hesse, maybe South Hesse, better, because I live there. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.